You think you've experienced winter, but you haven't. Your ancestors would have smiled and called this comfortable. Real cold begins where exposed skin starts dying. -40 wasn't weather, it was a predator. Without preparation, sunrise would never come. The biggest mistake was believing they lived inside caves, but their greatest invention was hidden beneath their feet. They escaped winter by building a world below it. The earth itself became their first heating system. They didn't conquer the cold, they learned from it. A simple hole became a masterpiece of survival engineering. The ground protected them better than any wall could. Every layer had a purpose in their fight against winter. They understood something modern buildings still use today. The cold outside was endless, but inside life continued. Fire was not just warmth. It was the center of their universe. One fire protected them. Several fires transformed their home. Their fuel came from everything the frozen world offered. The smallest mistake could fill their home with deadly smoke. Survival wasn't luck. It was thousands of tiny decisions. But the greatest shelters were built from giants of the Ice Age. They saw bones and imagined a home. The largest animals became the strongest walls. Every bone had a place in their frozen cathedral. A house made from bones survived where forests disappeared. Inside the bone walls, a frozen world became a human world. The roof above them was built from the giants of the past. Warmth depended on more than just fire. Even darkness couldn't enter their carefully built world. Their shelter was proof that humans could outthink the Ice Age. A shelter could protect them, but only a system could keep them alive. The fire was placed where every person could feel its warmth. They burned whatever the frozen land refused to hide. But controlling heat was only half the challenge. Their invisible enemy was not cold, it was the air. A hidden tunnel carried away the danger they couldn't see. They were not surviving inside shelters, they were designing them. When night arrived, the shelter became more than protection. The longest nights created their deepest stories. In the coldest age, humans discovered warmth beyond fire. When survival was secured, imagination finally awakened. They carved memories into materials that outlived them. The same hands that built shelters began creating beauty. Music appeared before anyone knew it had a name. They survived the Ice Age and created a human story. Winter was not survived in winter. It was defeated before it arrived. Every warm day was a countdown to the frozen months ahead. The frozen ground itself became their ancient refrigerator. Preparation separated those who endured from those who disappeared. Their greatest weapon was knowledge passed through generations. The coldest world demanded the smartest clothing. One layer trapped warmth. Another layer protected it. Their boots were built for a world where footsteps could freeze. A needle changed the way humans survived the planet. Clothing became their portable shelter against the storm. Even the best shelter could not feed them forever. Hunting was not about strength, it was about patience. Every journey outside the shelter carried a risk. Returning home was the moment they truly survived. The Ice Age was conquered one decision at a time. The cold did not stop humanity, it pushed humanity forward. Every new valley held danger and opportunity. Their greatest advantage was carrying knowledge, not possessions. Wherever they arrived, they rebuilt their world. Human survival was never about defeating nature. It was about understanding it. The greatest survival tool was never a weapon. It was the human mind. A single person could survive a storm, but a community could survive an age. Children learned survival before they learned history. Fear was natural, but curiosity pushed them forward. The Ice Age tested humans, and humans answered with imagination. Thousands of years later, their inventions still surround us. The first architects were not building monuments, they were building survival. They did not defeat the cold with strength, they defeated it with ideas. Every warm home carries a memory of those who survived the cold. Before technology, there was human ingenuity. The Ice Age ended, but the lessons never disappeared. Their greatest invention was not a shelter. It was adaptation. We are descendants of people who refused to surrender. The coldest chapter of Earth created the warmest parts of humanity. Humanity survived the Ice Age because humanity survived together. Their story survived thousands of years. Now it's your turn to discover more. Subscribe if you love this video. Thanks for watching and join our community.